Okay, awesome. All right, so yeah, I saw your messages in Discord, and for the notes for this, I just had as like air dribbling and more mechanical type stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and I watched that video that you posted. I think that's like really helpful and
Awesome.
all good advice. And I totally agree with you. But even when the setup's perfect, I think I posted that video today. I just can't get it down.
Sure. All right. Well, you know what? I think since you've already watched my whole spiel about how to do it, I think maybe if I just kind of run through just like a 1 minute, like, okay, hey, here, you know, for air dribbles and stuff like that, you know, here's what I do, and then we can go into a private match and we can go over that, and then I can actually just watch you, and I might be able to help out and just like showing. I could, for one, in a private match, I could show you what I'm doing, and you could watch me, versus what you're doing, and I could kind of tell you and maybe help out if I see anything I can give advice on.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then also just like understanding like what mechanics I should be learning.
Sure.
Because I feel like I'm pretty good at just regular dribbling.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know what to like do next to push myself or
right.
What.
Okay.
So.
All right. Awesome.
Anyway.
I don't think I have you added on Rocket League.
No.
What is it? The same as Discord?
Yeah, but the last numbers are 212.
Okay.
Not 11.
I think I sent you an invite. My name is the same as in Discord. It's Avatarmanz.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, I actually just finished up with actually I'm the MVP for this week because we won my team won the twos tournament, so I just finished up my own coaching call. So you know, I appreciate everybody coming to me. You know, I'm obviously higher ranked, you know, comparatively, so like I appreciate everybody kind of coming to me, and I kind of can give my own advice, but I'm also not perfect and I have a lot to work on. So I will actually probably be uploading my own coaching session for everybody to see, so everyone can watch me get roasted.
Nice. And who was it?
That was Luke. Yep. Yeah, so it was my twos partner Demon and I when we won the twos tournament, so we got a free coaching session from Luke. So we just did that for the last hour, which was awesome.
Nice.
So
yeah, we did our threes one with Coach Curtis, and he basically told us we suck.
Yeah, I did one with Coach Curtis probably a couple weeks before the season started, and we did twos and had a lot to work on.
Yeah. So it's been good so far. And anyway, thanks for taking the time here.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I've only got us scheduled for 30 minutes, but I actually don't have anything going on after this. I'm Central Time, and we scheduled this from 2 to 2:30. I don't have anything going on until 4, so we're good to go as long as we want.
Okay.
So I guess I'm gonna hop in real quick. I hope you spectate me real quick. I'm gonna do a quick overview, and I'll talk about what I'm doing again. I know you watched the videos, but I'm just gonna kind of go over it again real quick, and then you can watch me do it actually, and then I'll probably have you hop in, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously you said that you're pretty decent at dribbling, right? So you said you can keep the ball on top of your car. You feel like you're decent at getting. So you feel like you can get up to the point where you can set this up like this.
Yeah, I mean, I probably like what you were saying in the other video, where you like turn and don't do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Right? But I've like never. Every time I've tried the air dribbling, I've just done it in a training pack.
Okay.
But what you said like makes total sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. A lot of people always think they have to go towards the net every second of the game, right? That's not the case.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'll just kind of do the Cliff Notes version of this then. Yeah. So a lot of people tend to just go on the side and hit it. Well, you're not hitting it very high. The whole point of going on the wall is to go higher up, not towards the net, right? So. You know, if you do your setups in free play and stuff, try to go as high as you can, right? You know, you don't want to be hitting the ceiling every time, then you're too high. But yeah. So yeah, I guess the main points would be to pick your angle. You know, have car cam on. Once you get your dribble going, turn ball cam on, and then you want to have about a car length or 2 of space when you go up the wall. And the main thing to focus on the wall is to not hit it on the corner. Only hitting it above this line right here, not to hit it in this area whatsoever. That'll just help with consistency. And typically to get the space, I just let go of gas for a little bit. I don't. Sometimes I do use brake, but it just depends on how fast the play is developing. So I guess I can shut up. I'm just gonna do a couple for just like 30 seconds or a minute, and I'll let you just kind of watch and soak it in for a sec. I'm not necessarily gonna be going for the net every time. I'm just gonna kind of keep doing the setup. And even in free play, I will literally just do this over and over, just catching the ball, or at least that's what I did back in the day. I'd say one thing to focus on too is obviously, yeah, my angle of approach, but also how often I'm boosting on the wall. Like I tend to just boost up until the point I'm hitting the ball. So yeah. So I'm just gonna shut up for just a minute. I'll let you just kind of soak it in. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I'm gonna try not to like do anything too ridiculous. Try to just simplify it a little bit. I could do ceiling musties all day, but that doesn't really help anybody. So yeah.
So I guess the two things, sorry, and again, I've only done it in training paths, right? But so
Yep.
even when it's angled, it's kind of angled, but it's not angled like directly at the goal.
Yep.
Right? So like sometimes I hit it and it just either goes, like I continue the direction I'm going, it's gonna miss wide.
Yep.
Right? So changing the direction and then just the first touch, I feel like
Okay.
off the wall is difficult because I can do it not great, but like in a training pack that does like the car to off the top of your car, the air dribble, I feel like that's a lot easier. But getting that kind of first touch, I really struggle with.
Okay. Yeah, we can focus on that then. In terms of like if it's not facing the goal right away, like this, if I'm just kind of more going up, then yeah, obviously you want to come, you want to put the ball in between you and the goal, right? So if in this exact scenario, like if I'm going towards the blue goal, if I'm not necessarily going towards it, and I'm in, the ball is out in between me and the middle of the field, right? So you want to position your car in the air so that the ball is in between you and the net, right? So sometimes instead of aiming for the ball right away, you actually have to go midfield. So I'm going to jump off the wall, and I'm actually going to air roll, and you see how I just tapped my boost a little bit to go midfield.
Okay.
Not even aiming at the ball really necessarily. So if you find yourself in that position, yeah, sometimes you're going to want, see how I'm aiming, see how when I jump off the wall, I'm aiming out this way, and I'm using my boost just to put the ball in between me and the net. So you may not want to aim actually at the ball right away if that's happening.
Okay.
So I'll try to do it with that example. So sometimes you need to actually boost and put yourself in position.
And then
Something like that.
You've sort of gone out towards midfield, and then
Yep.
the ball's like kind of to your left. Are you then using like air roll? I know you're spinning, but like,
Yes.
are you then using air roll left to,
Yep.
or I guess air roll right to angle your car towards the goal?
Yep, you were actually right the first time. I do use air roll left. So like in that instance, if I'm coming up like this, I actually jump, tilt back, and use air roll left to like center my car. I call it like leveling out my car or like zeroing out my car, right?
Yeah.
So then I
And
will
so-
jump
so I
out,
did that.
tilt back, and air roll out. So that way I'm coming more midfield. And then it's just a matter of just putting the nose to the ball.
Okay, so you don't use air roll for that for the second card. You just
It depends. Yeah, so like here I use air roll left, but it's more or less just to make sure the first touch on the ball. Let me see. So you see how the majority of my work is actually before I even get to the ball. When I actually like hit it there, I'll even clip that. When I actually get to the ball, I'm already center. So by the time I'm air dribbling it or air dragging it, I'm not really doing anything except going straight to the net.
got it. Okay.
So I just clipped that. Hopefully GIF your game will pull that up and I can kind of show you. But yeah, see how like I'm going to position. And now I'm just going straight. I'm keeping the ball. I'm keeping my nose to the ball and I'm just keeping it straight.
Yeah, so just getting that touch where it doesn't bounce. Like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. So on that point then, you need to feather your boost a lot more. I think maybe you're not like spurting it like enough. Like literally just spurting it like that will help a lot. So I'll see if I can focus on that here. So yeah, if we're going vertical again, see how then you hold down boost when you get in between, when you start aiming for the ball or the goal. See how I'm kind of spurting?
Yeah,
Then
so
I held it down right at the last second there to propel it towards
Yeah.
the goal. Obviously, I'm exaggerating it a little bit just to kind of show you, but the same thing applies. So I'll do a couple more, and then I'll have you hop in, and we'll take a look. So yeah, you can see how much I'm really spurting my car.
Yeah.
The air roll is totally unnecessary, by the way. The main thing to note is
Yeah.
that, like, even when I'm spurting like the boost, like puffing the boost out, my nose is still facing the ball, so I'm going towards the ball, but I'm not like boosting a whole lot. It's just to kind of catch up to it. So I'll apply it to the same thing on the ground, right? So like you don't want to just boost into it like here and hit the ball away. You want to go up with it. So I guess I can even apply it. So like think of if you're in the air, right? If you're moving in the same direction, you want to just spurt your boost, then hold on to it. So yeah. See how I stop boosting in the air sometimes before I get to the ball to make sure I do get that soft touch that I can always get one more. And that boost control might only come down to like, hey, you just getting used to it. You know what I mean? But again, notice how we're really only talking about the air part. It really is. This really depends on your setup, because now the only thing that really is like that I'm really talking about is the air part of this. So, you know, if you have a bad ground setup, then yeah, you're gonna have to waste a lot of boost just to be able to catch up to it, right? So if I just boom this ball like this, yeah, I'm gonna have to kind of angle myself. I'm gonna have to waste a lot of boost. Now I've only got 20 to aim towards the net now. So it does really actually depend all the way back, because now if I have a good setup, I can just air dribble this all the way to the net.
Yeah.
So it really does matter on the ground. So sometimes, you know, you may not be, you say you have a good setup, but like it may actually be the fact that sometimes you can't always get a good air dribble just because your setup wasn't good enough. So that could be the case sometimes too. So anything else you want me to go over real quick, or I guess otherwise I can let you hop in.
No, I don't. I think. No, I mean, like I said, I haven't practiced the setup. So
It's all good.
Sure
You know what? I'm going to shut up then, unless you have any questions for me. I'm just going to let you warm up, because obviously if I just start talking and stuff like that, obviously you said you hadn't warmed up or anything. So I'll just kind of shut up and let you try it a bunch.
So I guess I should just kind of go straight. A lot harder.
Yeah, you had car cam on. Ooh, there you go. I like the fact that you were gonna hit the ball on the ground again. The fact that you braked there was good.
But like so that I know
Yep.
that wasn't a great example, but that's kind of like what ends up
Yep.
happening. Like,
Yeah, so I'll say I noticed it right off the bat. You actually braked. You had too much distance between you and the ball.
Too much distance.
Yep.
Okay.
On the ground
So-
even. So just
so
brake a
I
little
should
bit, stay
realize-
right there. See, even that's too much.
That's
Yep.
too much.
Yep.
Okay.
See how even when you hit it there, it was bouncing out way far. You still have too much distance. Turn ball cam on. There you go. I think jump was a little scuffed. That's all right. There you go. You got your angle. Turn ball cam on. Ooh, Yeah, you've done that twice now. I think if you turn ball cam on when you're on the ground, then all you need to do is just focus on like the control port of it, you know. That way, I don't want you focusing on switching your camera mid-air. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. It's just weird because like just out of habit, you're always dribbling.
Yeah.
Ball cam on.
Yep. Yep, you're at a good angle. Yep, even that was too much. You're using brake. Yeah, you're using brake. Maybe try letting go of gas instead. Just let your car like slowly come to a drift or like a slowdown rather than braking. Yep. See, even that's better because yeah. Just because you were a little still closer there. There you go. Turn ball cam on. There you go. I'd say I think you might be jumping too early. I think the reason your jump is getting a little scuffed is because you hit the ball and jump at the same time. It should be it's milliseconds after. Yep, that's still too much, but yeah. But there you go. See how cleaner that jump was?
Yeah.
Yep. I was gonna say bring it back to the other side. There you go.
Let go here.
Yep. See how you almost jumped before you even hit the ball there.
Yeah.
Yep. See. Yeah, you switched your camera still midair though.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to point it out. I'm not saying like I'm here to help you. So I'm trying to point it out so you might not even notice. But I think the main thing is like the distance and stuff still is probably your biggest thing.
Okay.
Here, if I can add one more point here, you can stay in the match. I'm just gonna say, I noticed that sometimes when you go for a setup, you actually still are bumping it like this, and then you go. I think to be more consistent, try to get the setup like this, where you have constant touches on it.
Okay.
Then just let go of drift or let go of acceleration. You'll get a perfect setup every time. It'll be more consistent because think about it, like every time you bump the ball, it's a different speed.
Sure. Yeah.
So, whereas if you just drive, you get used to just catching it and just getting constant touches like this, then let go of gas. Keep the distance. It's the same, then you'll get the same setup every time. I think that might help. There you go, not bad. You still had the camera and you still jumped maybe a little too early, but that was the setup on the ground I liked much better.
Yeah, it's a lot more to think about doing it in free play.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when, yeah, like you said, if you're used to training packs where it just does it automatically, the ball will be rolling and you get used to that.
Right.
But trust me, dude, once you get this down, then you don't even have to think about it. Like, if you get this down to the point where you don't have to think about it, the air dribble part, then all you have to do is just focus on, like, your aerial control.
Yeah. It's something I tried learning way too early. When I first learned, I was like, oh, air dribbles are so cool.
Yeah, definitely.
I spent too much air.
I think a lot of people have that same problem, including myself, you know. Ooh, okay, so you had 9 out of 10 things all right on that. You still jumped a little too early, but your camera was good. The spacing was good. That was like a perfect setup. It was just the jump was still a little too early.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. That's good to know.
There you go. That was pretty decent.
Okay, and so when I'm jumping above the ball, so like I feel like that happens sometimes. How do I kind of? If I need to up to get below it, or is that just something that I'll get experience?
Yeah. So decent. You know what? I'm gonna clip that one too. I'm gonna clip that and we can compare.
Yeah, that's probably about $100.
No, it's all good. I mean, I also wanted to clip it so that way we can kind of have a side-by-side comparison to like the one that I did earlier.
Yeah, and I feel like the angle was pretty similar.
Yeah, it was. It was solid. You were pretty good. Ooh, again, little bit hard there on the first touch. Again, I still think your jump is too early. You're hitting the ball and jumping at the same time. I think you can hit the ball and then jump after it.
And then, so just without the ball, right? So you
Yep.
boost to here, you hit it, and then
Jump and
keep
tilt back.
going.
So
Tilt
immediately
back.
just tilt back off the wall. So try it without the ball again. Nope. Tilt literally down on your stick.
Yeah.
I want you to get used to jumping out towards the middle of the field. Right. So,
Like that.
yep. Okay, do it on the same wall with ball cam on. Turn ball cam on. Now do the same thing. See? That's the movement right there.
Yeah, it's clear because I definitely wasn't.
Yep.
I was
If
going
you're-
like
Yeah,
this and
so
then pointing
I'm
down.
gonna actually drive this point home. So you can stay in here if you want. But the same thing actually applies on the ground, right? So think about it like an aerial, like from the same perspective of the ground. Like if you want to jump up to the ball, you have to jump and tilt down on your stick to like pull your car up, right?
Yep.
So you want to do the same thing on the wall. You want to do literally, and we just described it. You want to jump and get out. So like what you said before is when you jump on the wall, you felt like, oh, maybe I'm not getting in between out towards mid, right? I'm only hitting the ball out middle of the field. Well, that's because you're staying towards the wall, right? And then now your only option is to air dribble it this way.
Yeah.
Whereas if you jump and get out mid before, then you can boost and go towards the net.
And also, like,
Go ahead.
it helps. Like I said, I go above the ball a bunch.
Yeah.
Right? This helps keep me at like
Yep.
a lower distance.
Yep. So
or a
get
lower
used to
height.
that exact movement right there. And then I'm going to drive the point home one last thing, not even about this, but about air dribbles from the ground too. The same thing applies. So if I get a bounce dribble going, I'm actually going to jump and tilt back to follow
Right.
it. So yeah. All right.
Okay, no,
I'll,
I think that's really helpful.
Yep. Yeah, the tilt back part is something that you should get in your head of like even when you challenge sometimes, like going up for saves, going up for, sometimes higher 50-50s, you want to jump and tilt your stick back. Get used to that movement where, you tilt your car back. Yep. See, there you go. Now you're already facing the ball.
So much easier.
Yeah, you're already facing the ball. Then you only have to focus on like air rolling around. Then it's just air driving it out.
And I'm just so much closer. I don't have to make so many adjustments.
Yeah. That's not a decent setup. Take it around. There you go. Yep. I will say I admire your discipline. If you don't have a good setup, then you don't do it, which is nice. But yes, I like your car movement even in the air. Like even what you just did now, I love that. That is way better.
Yeah, and it's like the car goes like directly to the ball. It's
Yeah. Yep. See? There you go.
much easier. Yeah, so
That's
much
exactly what I like to see. Dude, even I'm grinning from ear to ear right now.
easier. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's that's so much cleaner. Okay, so I'll spend just the time to get this in. I'm sure. that's
Go for it.
terrible, but I'm sure I'll
You know
have a
what?
lot of-
I want to look quick at the GIF your game stuff. I want to see if that ever
Sure,
got rendered
okay,
real quick.
cool.
Just keep doing what you're doing. I'm gonna just tab out for just a sec.
Yeah, I just wanted to also just ask if you had like a list of mechanics like in order. I just wanted to make sure we addressed that.
Oh, sure.
I just don't want to take up too much of
I'll
your
put
time.
that in the back of my head. I'm gonna put a post-it note in that one real quick. I'll go over that in a sec.
Yeah. Cool.
God damn, I can't flick right now.
Ooh, I see that. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, for some reason GIF your game didn't render those out, but
Okay.
that's all right. Okay. Yeah,
I
you're
didn't do it.
yep. I was gonna say your jump is still too early. I think that's probably gonna be the hardest habit for you to break. Your movement and everything else, like literally everything else, is pretty good.
Okay.
I think the
And
main
would you say
difference.
it's like a tenth of a second off, or like should I?
Yeah,
make
so
that
hit the
up?
ball, stay on the wall. There you go. That was pretty decent.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
Yeah, that felt, like,
you don't
so
want to
off.
jump and hit the ball at the same time because the ball itself will actually like screw up your car. You want to hit the ball and then jump after it, basically. Yep. Even I would prefer that. You do that every time. I would don't even go to the goal. Like just do that exact thing. If you have to drill it in your head, hit the ball and then jump. You literally have to, even if you have to say it out loud, be like, hey, hit the ball and then jump. Like do whatever you have to, because then yes. There you go. I would prefer you do that every time. If you do that 100 times in free play, you'll be on the road to hitting clips.
But that perfect. I'm waiting too long to jump, right?
I would
Like how you
say
would
even when I had you exaggerate it, like the last 2 times, I would say even that I would prefer you do that in a game, actually, because the chance that you actually jump too early and you screw up your jump anyways. Yep. See, that was perfect. But if you do it too early, you screw yourself over anyways. So I would prefer you wait longer, I guess, than to do it too early. Because no matter what, if you do it too early, you're not gonna be able to do much anyways. There you go. Yes, got like 3 in a row. Nicely done. See, because now the only difference then is just the aerial control, the aerial components. So the setup. There you go. Yep, I'd prefer that because now even if you think about it from a game perspective, even that all you need is one more touch, and you get it over a defender.
Right. Yeah. No, the lean back part has been like incredibly helpful. I jumped too early.
But dude, this is literally like where I was at, like when I was learning this stuff. I'm not exactly sure what got it in my head that you need to tilt back, but it was just something that like I realized over time that like that is something that is the same between the ground and the wall, and it's actually the same thing off the ceiling too. So if there's ever comes a point, I'm telling you right now, sometimes you'll need. Oh, there you go, dude. Yes, nice job. I'm almost surprised you didn't freaking ground pinch that in. That would have been a clip-worthy moment right there. Freaking posting the clips channel right now. But yeah, even off the ceiling is the same exact thing. You know, if you go off the ceiling, sometimes you want to jump and tilt down. It's not as much because you're already kind of set up for the play, but sometimes it is the same thing off the ceiling too.
Okay. We'll get to that. We'll get to that next.
We'll do that next week.
Yeah,
when you get
never
there.
touch the ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, but I feel like I'm getting it, right? Like that's just, and it's so much quicker. The
Yeah.
barrel is so much quicker.
Yep, because you're already doing half the work. All you need to do is just do the little turnover, and you're done.
Yeah, you see, that's just so much slower, and you just keep going up.
Yep.
Right, like I hit the ceiling. If I overdrive that, like
Yep.
I still don't come anywhere near the ceiling.
Yep, absolutely. So actually, I'm gonna tell you a secret too. This, as far as the rings map goes, you do actually you turn fastest when you are facing the not only the front of your car, but like the forwards and backwards side. So like the underside or the top of your car is actually where you turn the fastest. So like if you're trying to aerial and you're sideways, you don't turn as fast. So here, actually, you know what? Spectate me. I can kind of explain this from my perspective. So let me know when you're on my view.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
so say I'm in the air and then I realize, okay, the ball's on my left. If I wanted to aerial jump and turn into this, turning this way is not as fast as if I were to go this way, jump. See how my backside is this way? You actually go fastest with the either the backside or like the underside of your car or the top of it.
Yeah,
So
like if I were to
turning
park-
like this is not as fast. You actually go way slower. It's not, you know, I say way slower, but it's like, you know, milliseconds difference, right? Which can make a difference. But so you actually do accelerate and you turn more with the top of your car. So also, this is not pertaining to like a whole lot right now, but in the future, or for other people that might watch this in the future, that like, yeah, you actually do turn faster left and right.
So like
That
if
way.
I were to do it, like when I go through rings, there's like a tight corner. So like
Yep.
let's say I'm going right, I would jump and use arrow left to point my nose to the left,
Yep.
or point my nose to the right. Is that not? It's the same thing, but I'm just not doing it upside down essentially. Right?
Yeah. So you can actually, yeah. So like if I wanted to go to the right here, I would actually tilt back like this. That would be the fastest way to do that.
Okay.
And I prefer to just do it backwards because I'm really comfortable with that. But yeah. So yeah, rather than like turning using the side of your car like this,
Right. Yeah.
it's not as fast.
Yeah.
So yeah, I find that like when you turn, it's like, okay, well, just point your nose that way and use the back side of your car. So if you're turning like this, don't turn this way. Just totally go to the right, like upside down, like 90 degrees.
Right.
That's the fastest way. So yeah. All right, dude. Any other questions or anything like that? I feel like we've kind of covered a lot. I think you just got to grind it out now.
Oh yeah, no, it's been incredibly helpful, and you don't need to in here, but if you ever have so we do that like stress training.
Yes.
Right. So at the end, so just like right now I've been doing air dribbles, and hopefully I can get that in not too long. I just don't know like what the progression should be, right? Like should I be doing air dribbles now, or should I do something else? Or,
Right.
yeah, I haven't seen like a good guide like on that anywhere.
To be honest with you, I've only gone through part 1 of module 2. So we're actually going to be doing a watch party for module 2. So you're actually ahead of the game because technically speaking, I don't even really know what the stretch training is. Like I have zero idea.
Yeah, it's just like when you're done, you're supposed to like challenge yourself, do things that you
Gotcha.
can do.
Yeah, I'd say maybe just keep going on this. Otherwise, focus on like the dribbles and stuff too, or like maybe incorporate flicks. Like try to do flicks and catch it. That would be something. I think actually in my last training session that I did today, or my last coaching session before I got into Luke's, I actually had a guy who said, okay, I feel like I can get the ball and I can do flicks, but I can't really incorporate them sometimes in game. He feels like, when he goes to flick, like he'll get like that.
Yeah.
So I would say if you really want to get good at like flicks and stuff or doing it in game, get used to going into free play, not only doing circles, but like picking up the ball, going in circles, then just keep going with that component and just build off of that and just turn into the ball. So I'm picking it up off the ground, getting it on top of my car, then flipping through the ball. So a flick actually should be you following through with it. So it's not, I'll say this, flicking is not just getting it on your car and double like flipping, right? It's not double jumping or double pressing X or whatever. It's actually using your boost. So like if I or like acceleration, right? It's all about driving your car through the ball to get the length that you need. So like it's not just getting it on your car. Yes, sometimes you can get good flicks that way, but if you want a really good stretch training, I would say the same thing as I said to the guy earlier. Get the ball on the ground, pick it up, and really drive through your car. Like focus on how fast you're accelerating through it, and like using boost when you need to, all that kind of stuff. Because now imagine if I'm on the blue side, I can really just drive through and flick over somebody. And especially the side foot flicks, I would say focus on those more than anything else, because that's more applicable in 1s and 2s anyways, because you can actually follow those up, right? If you think about the just inherent nature of a front foot flick is that you're just going to give them the ball, right? You're flicking the ball away from you to shoot it, which is fine, but then you don't have a follow-up. Whereas if I am on the orange side, I get it here, or I'm kind of dribbling, then I can really follow through, and I can get another shot on net. The idea is that you can follow up there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So I would say really try to, focus on driving your car through the ball. Like something like that would be perfect in 1s. Of like flicking it over somebody, because you don't always have to have forward progression. Of just like if somebody challenges you, just get a side foot flick, and then you can still follow it up.
Yeah, it's probably like impossible at the bench, right? Because if somebody commits to it.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too about front foot flicking is like if you think about it from like just an angle perspective, right? If I got a guy challenging me, if I front flip flick this, I'm actually propelling it towards him. I'm saying here, you have more opportunity to dunk this now. The actual, so I can accentuate that point now. If instead he challenges me, if I back foot flick, it's even more so that I get it over him by just immediately shooting the ball upwards. I don't give him the ball whatsoever. It stops its forward momentum, and I can still follow up.
Right.
So that's an even more exaggerated version, and that's actually the move that I do the most in ones, is a back foot flick like that.
Yeah, I almost always front flip, but I do it just in the shot. I guess like the flat level.
Yeah.
That's
So I would say if you want good stretch training, focus on side foot flicks and stuff like that. Of, yeah, not just carrying the ball on top of your car and getting a flick, but really like starting from the ground and really just driving through it.
cool. All right, well, thank you so much for your time, guys.
No problem.
Incredibly helpful. I feel like I picked up I made pretty big progress pretty quickly. So
Yeah, definitely.
that's all.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I was grinning like from ear to ear even when you hit shit, because I love seeing people like when it clicks in their head, you know. So
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Hopefully I'll send you some good clips.
Yeah, for
tomorrow.
sure. Yeah, I love seeing people like sending in me their wins and stuff. So if you have a clip that you hit that you think, okay, maybe not the best, just send it to me, and then we can, you know, as you send them in or whatever, or put them in the clips channel, then you have a sense of progression there too. You know, you can kind of see where you came from. You can see your progress.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much again. Yeah, it's been incredibly helpful. Really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, and feel free to book another session too if you're like, okay, I think I got this down. Well, now what do I do? You know, I got my dribbles. I'm doing my stretch training. Is there anything else? You know, feel free to hit me up.
Yeah, I will. I won't be shy. So thank you.
All right, man. I'll see you around. Have a good one.
Cool. Have a good one.